Right, that's the lights that we're on about. It's on top of that tower. Just going to make a little bracket for it to fit on that. It's just resting on at the minute. And then that's the other one. Need a little tripod for that. All these are what I told you yesterday. I did the beginning on my phone, but I'm not happy with it at all. So I've been upstairs and I've got my drill, and I've drilled all the holes for the units to fit in. Now that'll be cigarette lighter, power indicator, and 3 USBs with 2 in each, so there's 6. I did have 4, but now I've got 6. I've got 3 now, so 6. And yeah, we're going to start and wire it all up. So yeah, we'll get back to you. I've got to put a bit of charge in this GoPro because it's running out. Right, get back. Right, I've got to the light section now. That is my light tower. It's a little cheap camera stand, and I've got one there, and that's what it's going to look like when it's finished. That's just stood on there at the minute, looking somewhat like, yeah. So now what I'm going to do is that is a 1/4 inch screw. The one on the light there is a 3/4 screw. So what I've got to do is take that out of there, widen it to 3/8, 3/8 screw, not a 3/4. It's a 3/8 screw. That is a 1/4 screw, so it needs a 1/4 inch taking off and reaming out. And then it needs countersinking on the other side, so that the head of that screw there, I'll lose half of it in the depth of the plastic in there, because that there, I don't know if you can see that line, that's where the plastic on the inside starts. That's just a lip. So then I've got to countersink it that much again up there to where my thumb is, so that screw then becomes long enough to go back in that nut in that light to hold it on. That one's just balanced on at the minute, but yeah, that's what we've got to do now. Got to get my drill out, drill that out, ream it from the other side on both of them, and then they will bolt on with that nut. When I do, just a minute. Yeah, that will hold both them on then. I've got to sink that so that half that nut head goes into the plastic, and then it'll be long enough like that one to bolt it on top. So yeah, I'll get my drills out and I'll sort it. Right, I've drilled that one out, and that's now bolted onto there, through that with that big screw. I've had to widen it out with a 10.5 drill, and it's not bad, but the hole's a little bit wide, so I'm going to put some 5-minute epoxy in there to fill that hole up, and it'll hold that screw thread in then. But yeah, it's not bad. I like that. By the time I get them extended and put on floor, they should like the whole area up that I'm fishing in. Let's get that on. There's another extension up legs yet. There's that one to come out. Takes it another, don't know, another foot high. And then that comes out, makes it another 18 inch. It's about 44 inches when it's upright. But yeah, I've just got this one to do now, so I'll shut camera down and we'll drill this one out and see what happens. Right, I'll get back to you. Right, it's taken me about an hour, but I've got both bases drilled out there and there. Right pig to do, because you think it's a solid piece of plastic and it's not. It's like a plastic box with little walls inside, and where your screw goes through there's a tunnel. And once you drill the tunnel out, it's gone. So yeah, it looks alright. I'm going to get some 5-minute epoxy tomorrow, and I'm going to epoxy all inside of there up so it's a solid base in that one and that one, and then it'll be right. And that's all it wants now, is them two bases inside them hollow boxes there and there. I'm just going to fill them with epoxy resin, and then I've got 2 light towers foot wall or foot beach when I want beach, because I'm sick of going down on the beach and not having enough lights. There's quite a few videos I've done, if you go and have a look, on Bonkers Bank, where we've just fishing videos with head torches, and you can see with head torch, but as soon as we turn around it's pitch black. So that's why I've done these. I was going to get some work lights like Shane's got, but apparently they only last 3 or 4 hours, where this one, I've got this, I've made this. This is the next video. Oh no, this is the same video. What am I on about? So yeah, this is a 50 amp hour battery in there. Where's that fell off? Right. Fuse boxes fell off, I'll sort that in a minute. Yeah, that's a 50 amp hour battery, and they're 93 watts each light, so that's 186 watts an hour. And that's a 50 amp hour battery. It's not going to touch it, but I can run all my lights off it. The lights will plug into there and there, and then I've got 6 USBs. I can't charge anything on them. All my head torches and everything, phones, me GoPros, everything will go and get charged from there. Right, we'll see you on the next one. Right, since I talked to you last, I've been a busy boy. I got my glues out and my lights, and that little plastic thing there, I've glued a bolt into there, and it screws back in, and then that screws back onto the top of the tripod. So let's have a look. Put that there. That now, just a minute, that now fits on top of there. Right, where's it gone? That now fits on top of there, like that. And it should be right. It's dried. Just give me a minute. There we are. Right, I've got fully mobile lights now. That will move up and down and left and right, like it does with cameras on. And we're now ready to go floodlit on the beach at night. Brilliant. Right, they're finished. Just got to finish my battery box off now and we're done. Right, catch you later. Yeah, I'm happy with them. Just got to find a way of fastening that wire onto that post there so it don't pull or snag. I might just sellotape it round or tape it on there so it just locks it in place really, so it don't pull off. But yeah, they extend like a normal tripod. When it's up it'll stand about 44 inches high, or you can have it any height you want really. But yeah, when it gets dark I might get battery box down and just give it a try, see what it's like. So yeah, right, I'll get back to you. Well, I made all the wiring loops up and I've fitted them. They all fit alright. I'm just going to put these into the fuse box down here. There's 5 of them to go into them 6 ports. And that that switch there, when I connect the negative to the back and turn it on, I'm getting flashes and all sorts coming out of it. And when I turn it over, let me plug it back in a minute. Put the wires back in. Be able to show you better. When I put the wires back in, you can't turn it off. I'm wondering if the switch is duff. But I shall have to get a new switch because I'm not happy with that at all. When I turned it on before, it just flashed and banged and sparked like it was short circuiting. And I've checked all the circuits and they're all spot on. All the negatives are on the left, all the positives are on the right. It's just that one there. I don't know if there's three ports, but there's nothing in that one. But when you connect these two together, the spark, it's like you're connecting 2 lives together on a negative. That's the negative. When I put that onto it, it flashes and bangs like hell. So I'm going to get a new switch. I think that one is a bit US. So yeah, we're going to connect all them others up now and make sure everything lights up properly. Because even though I bypassed that switch with that one, it's still making a circuit round here, and it's showing 12.3 volts when you can see it. Right, just let me turn it all off again. So you can see it. Yeah, just unplug these, throw that on the floor, and then need these in here. Well, that's a bit crappy. All the wires have broke off the end on that one there. Tell you what, instead of me showing you me connecting these, I'll bring you back when it's done, because it could take a while. Right, back in a bit. Yeah, there's something amiss with that switch. Every time I put it on, it starts sparking, but everything's wired up now. All the ports are wired up individually to the fuses, and just let me get out of that a minute. Everything, as you can see, is working, but I can't turn it off. It's got to be the switch. It'll have 2 poles that are a positive instead of positive and a negative, because there's 3 ports on the back and 1 port's missing for some reason, and it was like that when I got it, but I thought it was alright. But I've looked on the back and it's got 2 negative signs for some reason. And it said on the video that I was watching, he wired it up to a negative and a positive, because they both run from the battery to the switch, and then the negative ran through the negatives and the positive ran from there to the voltmeter and then into the fuse box, how I've got it. And that runs round and that runs back into the fuse box this side, the negative. So yeah, it's got to be that fuse. I keep saying fuse, it's got to be that switch that's the problem there. So we'll go to the car shop tomorrow and we'll get a new 12 volt switch and we'll try it, because that, like I say, should turn on and off, and it's not. Oh no. Right. Okay, we'll come back to it tomorrow. We'll see what happens, because I'm going to bed now. It's 25 past 1, and we'll see what happens. We'll get a new switch, put it in, and we'll have another go. Right, see you later. Well, I've got my battery box done, got all my wiring looms in, got it all wired up. Where's it gone? There it is, got it all wired up to the fuse box. All the browns go into the fuse box, all the negatives go across each other and go onto the negative pole down there. It's all done. Just let me put the lid on. Right. Yep. Let's get that out of there so the lid shuts. Right. I've got my phone on charge at the minute into that port there. Turn it on. We've got all 3 USB ports with six USB sockets. I've got my voltmeter there. I've got my 2 cigarette lighter ports for my work lights for the beach. So now we can charge in. I can charge 6 items at a time. I can run both my lights off it, and the job's a good one, mate. We're off. Get your stuff together. I'll be around for you in the morning. Bye. Well, there it is. That's my battery box done. All the sockets are in place. You lift it up. All the wiring looms are done. The fuse box is in. All the browns come round off the switch into the fuse box, and all the negatives go round and go into the fuse box at the bottom there. So yeah, it's all done. Just let me close it up. Phone's on charge on it already. I'll just switch it back on. There you go. Got 6 USB ports, 2.1 amps, and then I've got 2 lighter ports for my spotlights to go into, and then voltage meter shows you how much current's left in it. So yeah, I've got to find a way now of putting a little charging port on there so I can connect it to cigarette lighter in the car to keep the battery charged up. Job's a good one. Right, get your kit ready tomorrow. We're off out fishing. See you later. That's off out fishing. Right, catch you in a bit.